Round here, them guns get the last word.
Recently on Twitter, Bandai Namco Esports shared a lot of information about the upcoming Tekken World Tour 2024, such as it begins on April 13th with the first event being Clash, and then you have following after Evo Japan. From there, things is going to be rocking and rolling. And I'll just quickly explain some of the big things that caught people's attention and how it led us to the question of what happened to Rev Major. So one of the first things is special style is allowed. For those of you who followed the Tekken 8 marketing campaign, you know that this is already something that Harada intended. He said specifically that he wants people to use this in tournaments to turn it off and on, and the example that he gave is that special style in a tense situation can make a combo more reliant and less likely to drop. They also announced that after every single match, the stage select will always be random to limit which characters have a major advantage, but also make it more interesting to watch. And then also they announced that the global and regional leaderboards will both be working together to get people in, more people and different kinds of people into the finals. Another thing that players latched onto is which countries are allowed and not allowed. If you remember a video that I did 12 days ago, we talked about how an entire country, really just one, but there's many, that is banned from playing Tekken 8. Harada was saying it's not his fault. He was blaming Sony and Google and everything else. But when people were looking at the rules, looking at which regions are allowed to play, they saw that those same exact regions were also banned from their tournaments. So a lot of people were just saying, you blamed Sony and Google for banning us from playing the game, yet we're also banned from the tournament. So this is just kind of things that players are saying, right? When you move past that, you get to the section where they talk about the Challenger and Master events that will be a part of the Tekken World Tour 2024. This time around, they announced them all at once and we can see the complete list. There's a lot of popular names, there's a lot of repeats, but one very popular tournament event is missing. That's Rev Major in the Philippines. It's pretty much like the only Filipino tournament, and it's gone now. This led a lot of people to question, why is it? I even seen some people saying it on Twitter, on Reddit. A lot of people don't know, myself included. I did some research to try to figure out what happened to Rev Major, and this is kind of what I discovered. Now, when we talk about the downfall of Rev Major, we have to go all the way back to like 2019. You have two tweets here from Michael Murray and Harada where they're kind of celebrating the event. They're saying thank you to the community. It was really cool. I'm glad I got to meet everyone. They loved it. But at the same time, a lot of people were very upset when Nee was disqualified from Rev Major because he was basically running late. He was signing a lot of autographs. He was meeting a lot of people. He's very popular. So he wasn't at his pool, his station in time, and a lot of people was upset by that because, you know, Nee not being there, that does have a great impact on the tournament. But at the same time, you have to be like, you don't get special treatment. If you're not there, you're not there, disqualified. So I really don't hold that against them. Now, when you fast forward to now and you talk about like what happened in the most recent one, because that's 2019, right? What happened now, when you look at their Twitter on 10/14, this is 3 days after Ulsan was crowned champion. They put this tweet out, and at the time of recording, it is pinned to the top. It says, "We would like to thank everyone who supported and attended Rev Major 2023. While we did have a few hiccups during the event, we hope you still had an amazing experience and enjoyed the FGC hype. See you next year as we #do it again." Now, they fully intended to make a comeback and be a part of the Tekken World Tour and many games, right? Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, this just isn't a Tekken thing. The downfall of Rev Major impacts the entire FGC. Now, the first thing that happened, and I wasn't able to confirm this, so take it with a grain of salt, but there was a lot of reports and a lot of people who were saying that there was some tournament organizer who was walking around the event drunk. If someone knows the story or if someone can deconfirm the story, put it down in the comments and I'll pin it. But I was reading that the person was just walking around drunk, belligerent. That's strike number one. You can't be drunk on the job. Another thing that happened, strike number 2, well, it depends. If some people don't find it to be an issue, but then some people, this was the ends of the earth. But as a special guest, they invited an adult film actress by the name of Ray Little Black. This person was there just doing a little meet and greet, taking pictures, asking questions. It was kind of just a side thing to keep people interested, because these events, the bigger they get, you do need to make it more of a festival than just a sitting down watching games. So this was their idea to keep players interested. But a lot of people feel like the adult industry and the gaming industry shouldn't be connected. How you feel about it, put it down in the comments. Me, I kind of don't really care. Now, as for problems that happened during the event, that's pretty much it. Someone drunk, an adult film actress, and then a couple of years ago they disqualified me. In my research, those were the only things that I can find that they did wrong during the event. But what they did after the event, I believe this is the true reason why Bandai Namco had to cut ties with them. The real reason why I think they were not allowed back in the Tekken World Tour is simply because they didn't pay anyone. A news article here, one of the only news articles that I was able to find, thank you to this person here, it says Rev Major 2023 winners still has not received his prize money. January 9th, 2024 is when this news article was written. And in here, it quote tweets this person here. It says, "So I, along with the possibility of many players that placed in Rev Major 2023, signed a contract after our respective tournaments that we will be receiving the prize money 30 to 60 days after working," right? So 30 to 60 days after the tournament concludes, you will be paid. It says, unfortunately, after several attempts of trying to follow up with whoever this is, Concepts, these are the people who run, who kind of like own Rev Major, I have yet to hear any updates regarding our prize money. Honestly, I'm just shocked that the organizers wasn't honorable enough to at least pay us on the time stated on the contract when they had so much complaints about the 2023 event. See, this is why I kind of talked about all of the complaints leading up to it, because this is kind of like the tip of the iceberg. It's like this could have been their thing to show like good faith, and they didn't do that. They didn't pay the people. There was another person who was, one, a tournament organizer, and two, they were like an artist. But they say this really breaks my heart, especially after the issues I went through both at Rev Major and ESGS. Now, kind of at the same time as this person was saying this on Twitter, there was another person on Facebook, which this news article also sources, where you guys can see the screenshot from. They did receive some payment, but not the complete payment. It says, good news. For Rev Major 2023, payments out. Usual bad news, the math doesn't add up. Philippine 1000 game entrance in mirror game like Mortal Kombat 1. Normally I want to care about pot prizes, but this has noticeably more eyes and money involved. I want transparency. Once again, tags Rev Major and the company who owns them. How did this happen? This is just sad, man. With the delays too, discouraged to see. So this in its entirety is basically why Rev Major is not allowed to participate. It was a great tournament, really hype. It was awesome that it took place in the Philippines. We know how important that scene is to Tekken as a whole. So for them to lose, like, I believe this is the only tournament they had, that's a big blow. But at the same time, you know, the tournament organizer just did so many different things back to back to back, some unconfirmed, some definitely confirmed. Not paying the players and then not even reaching out to them is a huge thing to do. So I understand completely why Bandai Namco kind of cut ties with them, because for Bandai Namco to continue to support them would be kind of like a guilty by association thing.